Good morning, everyone. Wow, very active chat first thing in the morning. Let's see. Oh, let's reposition this here. There we go. Okay, let's see. Who do we have this morning? We've got Philip. Philip says he's still alive. I should hope so. It says just having a real bad week. Wow, I'm sorry, Philip. Well, hopefully this will cheer you up a little bit. Good morning, Donna. And I'm going to see if I can pronounce this correctly. Kementiri. Kementiri. Hope I pronounced that right. Well, good morning anyway, Kementiri. Kimmy, good morning. Lucy says, okay, till I got back from holiday, then car trouble. Oh, I hear you on that one, Lucy. Last month was a doozy with our car. Let's see. It's the first time I'm watching a live stream video. Is it your first live stream video ever or just here? Either way, welcome, welcome. I am so glad you're here. Let's see. Tamara says, hey everyone. Hi, Tamara. First time for you as well. Oh, awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you chose to be here. Sheila, good morning. Sydney, good morning. Let's see. Hi, Bo. Hi, Sue. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Sue, there we go. CBS pulled it from shelves. Really? Interesting. Have to look into it. Is it odd to be coloring at 7 a.m. in the morning? Never. You color any time of the day. Let's see. Kim and Terry, it's a heartburn, over-the-counter heartburn medicine. Michaela, good morning. Let's see. Just woke up at 8:30 and freaked out. Thought it was 8:30 at night. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Good morning. Samantha, good morning. Annette, hello, hello. Let's see. First time for you too? Well, I'm so glad you're all here. This is wonderful. If you don't mind my asking, how did you all find out about the stream? I'd like to know kind of where everybody's heading out from. Let's see. Color anytime. Exactly. Sounds good, Philip. Thanks for the lurk. Good morning, Pam. Got my coffee and pencils. Conveniently, as do I. Although I haven't opened them. Usually I open my pencils ahead of time. So I tried something new with my coffee this morning. And I don't know if maybe I just need to try a different kind of fruit or something. So I had this brilliant idea from Facebook. Oh, awesome. Perfect. This brilliant idea, you know how they you can get infused water, or you can do it at home, put fresh strawberries in your water and then let it sit in the fridge. And then, it gets the flavor of YouTube and Facebook. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so I had this idea. I was like, well, why couldn't I, cucumber, exactly. I was like, well, why couldn't I infuse my coffee? Because I don't use a Keurig or anything. I use just a traditional coffee maker, filter, grounds, everything. So I thought, what if I put fruit in with the grounds? Now, ideally, when I came up with this, I had some cherries, and then, well, I ended up eating all the cherries, so that didn't work. But I had the idea that I could put cherries in. Now, cherries have a pretty strong flavor. Well, my husband, apparently, blackberries were on sale at the grocery store, so he brought home a ton of blackberries. So I thought this morning, what if I cut a bunch of blackberries, so that the juice can get out, and then put them in with my grounds? Well, I did that, but honestly, I can't taste very much of my coffee. Now, that being said, store-bought blackberries are a lot less flavorful than fresh picked blackberries. I say this because I used to live in the Pacific Northwest, and picking blackberries in August was always a thing. I've made so much jam. But anyway, so I'm thinking that it could still work. I just need a berry or a fruit that has a stronger flavor to it. So I don't know. It's a work in progress. The blackberries, the flavor is not really coming through. Here, everybody can see I've shown it before, but in case you haven't, it's my fun coffee cup here. I'm hitting it. It doesn't knock over because it's got this little section on the bottom. Super handy for super clumsy people like me that are always knocking stuff off. See, I guess maybe I'm tasting it a little bit, but not much. I don't know. Good morning, Jim. So let's see, today is what? Is today Monday? Yes, today is Monday. Yesterday we had a really fun stream. We did a color theory class. We talked about a little bit of history from a little bit of coloring history. Good morning, Coloring Book Nook. Oh, I want to say Shalene. Is it Shalene? I really do need to write these down, put it on a Post-it. A Toast-it. That's like a new breakfast thing. Need to put it on a Post-it. But anyway, yes, okay, yay, I remembered. Anyway, yeah, so we went over a little bit of history. One of the things that we did, it was kind of cool. Check this out. That's a little color chart that Isaac Newton created. How interesting is that? 1704. Hi, Tyler. He did that in 1704. But we went over things like there was an ErgoSoft color palette, a Prismacolor palette. So we went over quite a few different things. Loads of fun. So if you want to practice, because we did some shading and stuff too, and I made a whole new chart. If you're not a part of the Facebook page, go ahead and type !Facebook. Camille, I'll let you do that. Sounds good, Tyler. Thanks for the lurk. Anyway, !Facebook, and we've got all kinds of, we got coloring pages, we've got color charts, we've got blank color charts, we've got documents for practicing coloring and shading. So there are loads and loads of free downloadables in the files in the Facebook group. So feel free to check those out if you haven't already. Okay, so for today, we are working on our Ivy and the Inky Butterfly page. So last time we did the bees, lots of little colorful bees. We even had a little Winkastella on their wings, give it just a little bit of sparkle there. Excuse me. So today, which section? I'm leaning towards the door, or we could do the dragon. So we've got these different sections. We've got this border section, we've got some mushrooms, we've got the dragon, the door, key leaf, butterfly. What would everyone like to, oh, thanks, Kimmy. What would everyone like to see worked on today? Just no space between the exclamation point and the Facebook, Donna. So just, of course, if you're on your phone, it might have automatically done the space. So that was probably unintentional. Dragon, oh, Tyler votes the dragon, okay. Dragon, okay, Shalene votes the dragon. We could do the dragon. Oh, Samantha says the door. Oh, we have two votes for the door. Now keep in mind, we're going to get to everything too. Butterfly and bottom leaf. Oh, man. All right, we need a tiebreaker here. All right, we have a third for the dragon. All right. Well, like I said, we're going to get to everything too. So, I mean, everything's going to happen. But yeah, we can work on the dragon today. All right. So then the question is, oh, wait a minute. Oh, door, dragon. Okay. Oh, another one for the dragon. Okay, I think dragon wins. Yep, lots for the dragon. Okay, dragon it is. So our next question is, let your fruit set in the grounds overnight in the fridge. Oh, I didn't even think about that, Michaela. My vote shouldn't count though, since I'm not coloring work. That's fair, Tyler. Still, I think dragon won out. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Kind of let the juice seep into the grounds a little bit, because I did do it right before. I guess I assumed that the hot water sifting through it, you know, would kind of cook the berries almost. You can use sugar in your fruit, then add it to your grounds. I mean, I add sugar to my coffee anyway, because I do like cinnamon and a little bit of brown sugar, and then the fruit. I could do that. That could be tasty. Ooh, Michaela, you're giving me all kinds of ideas now. Okay, so here's our next question. What color do we want to do the dragon? Do we want to do like traditional green, or a red dragon, or heck, even a purple dragon? While you think about that, I'm going to turn on my fan real quick because it's a little warm in here. Give me 1 second. So funny, it's like the upper half of me is always warm, but my feet are always cold. Green and gold, ooh, I like that. There we go. Purple, ooh, okay, we've got a vote for purple. Let's see, I'm on a red and gold, all right. So gold is definitely in there. Do like gold on his stomach. Purple and gold. Purple or blue to match one of the bees. Oh, that could work. Let's see. Okay, we have lots of good morning, Charlotte. We have lots of vote for purple. Let's see. And what are the other colors? Let's see. Green, red, purple, gold. Lots of purple. What if we do purple and we're going to add a little bits of red and green as well? We're going to do everybody's suggestion. We're going to put it all together. This is going to be the most colorful dragon you have ever seen. Okay, so we've got our handy dandy color chart here. All right, Arteza 72 count color pencils. If you are not coloring, I'd like to join after seeing your demonstration today. Oh, perfect, Donna. Well, this is from Ivy in the Inky Butterfly. We're going to be using Arteza color pencils. That being said, if you do not have Arteza, I also have another handy color chart that is in the Facebook group where if you're using Prismacolors instead, I have an Arteza and Prismacolor comparison if you have Prismacolors instead. So I'll be giving also the Prismacolor number that is most similar to the Arteza number so that you can use those instead if you like, or if that's what you have, if you only have one or the other. Okay, so purple's gonna be our main color. So let's start with that, all right? So we are gonna grab, let's see. We are gonna grab Amethyst, which is number 088. Okay, how far down is the color chart on Facebook? Ooh, let me look. 1 second. Oh, there you are, Samantha. I'm gonna approve you right now, Samantha. So now you're in the group. The files for the comparison chart. Let's see. That's Arteza. It is the Prismacolor and Arteza one is the 5th from the bottom. So 5th from the bottom is that comparison chart. Let's see, let's get back to stream here. Yeah, 5th from comparison. I'll make that post into a pin so it stays at the top. That sounds good. Oh, you finished your comparison chart last night? Awesome. And hello, Kelly. So glad you're here. Yeah, it's in the files. It's all in the file. Oh, if you're talking about the post for it. Yeah, so just go to on the left-hand side if you're, sorry, I was confused what you were saying. If you go to the left-hand side where the files are, if you click on files, it'll have all the files listed there, and then you can scroll on down, and it is the 5th from the bottom. So it's super handy. Hi, Melissa. Oh, files. Didn't know that existed. Yeah, Tyler. Yeah, it's just on the right-hand side? I think it just depends on what you're on. On the desktop, it's on the Emily Illustrator Coloring Friends, and then it's got, you know, about, discussion, announcement, members, events, videos, photos, and then files. And it's right there. So, and that'll open up all the files. Cut the fruit up and add sugar. It makes a syrup, and then add it to your grounds. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Michaela. I think I'm going to try that because when I do a little over 2 cups of coffee, I add about a teaspoon and a half. No. Oh, hi, Nan. She says, hi, everyone. First timer. Well, I'm so glad you're here. I think I add a little over a teaspoon of brown sugar, but that's for a full 2 cups of coffee. So I'd add like half a teaspoon. So I could put that brown sugar in with the fruit instead. I do feel like, though, I need a strong fruit. I was going to try strawberries the other day, but I'm not quite sure if that would be too applicable. Okay, let's see. Let's get our colors, the rest of our colors here, okay? So let's grab number 109, which is Lavender. Okay. And then let's grab Ube, which is number 020. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Tyler. All right. And then let's grab number 26. And I'll go over all of the alternative here. Okay. So we're going to get this pink. We want to get a red too. So let's grab number 78, which is Crimson. Okay. Morning, Dory. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go over all these colors. Now let's get a green. Let's get number 41. 41, which is Forest Green. Okay, we're gonna grab Forest Green. This thing is gonna be so colorful, I'm telling you. And then let's grab number 94, which is Emerald. Oh, you were looking at the recent group files on the right. Oh, there you go. You know, actually, I don't think I want Emerald. We're going to get number 92, Fern. Okay? Number 92. And then we're going to get our gold color because I'm thinking we can do his chest kind of a gold color. So let's see. Good colors for creating gold with Artezas. We're going to grab number 71, Espresso. Okay? Then we're going to grab number 110, which is Camel. Okay, got all these colors here. All right, so 110 Camel. And then we're gonna grab number 77, which is Turmeric. Turmeric. I'm always sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. All right, so Turmeric, and then we're gonna grab number 28, which is Yellow Sapphire. Okay, now we may grab a couple straggler pencils for shading and stuff. I need to get some Arteza pencils. I just bought Castle Art. The Artezas are so much fun, and in fact, exclamation point are, let's see, Arteza. Let's see, does that come up? Might be exclamation point Arteza colored pencils. Maybe? Trying to remember what the, well, either way, the link for the Arteza color pencils are in the description below. That's gonna bother me. What on earth did I use that command for? Let's see, Arteza. Oh, it's just Arteza pencil. That's all it is. Okay. There you go. Exclamation point Arteza pencil. There it is. Just got your Arteza pencils. Awesome. Hello, Brittany. So glad you're here. There you go, Arteza pencil. That is the link for the Arteza pencil. And that'll take you to the Arteza website. And they generally got some sort of coupon running. So that's handy. All right, we are gonna have so much fun with this dragon. All right, so we are gonna start with Amethyst because we want the main color of the dragon to be purple. My Ergosoft pencil arrived yesterday. I got 2 boxes in the end and put one away. Oh, awesome, so exciting. Speaking of arriving, packages arriving. Okay, so we're doing this stream this morning, right? That being said, my package from Johanna is due to arrive today. Now, I can't control the mail. I never know if there's gonna be a delay of some sort, but if it arrives on time today, that means that my Johanna box with my fresh copy of How to Draw Inky Wonderlands is gonna be here this afternoon, which means either this afternoon, depending on how the kids are going, or this evening, we may be doing a bonus stream tonight where I will be doing an unboxing of the special package where you all can see it. And I'm telling you, we're going to be doing so much drawing. I mean, I know there's already been some unboxing videos, but this is our box. So we're going to do a special unboxing for everyone here. Pros and cons of the Arteza pencils. Well, I've always said that the Arteza pencils are a good blend between Prismacolors and Faber-Castells. So if you want something that is still a little bit blendable, but not quite as soft and breakable as the Prismacolors, but I feel like more blendable than the Faber-Castells. I don't know. I haven't used the Faber-Castells as much, but I would say that they're a good balance between, and there are 72 of them. So it's not an overwhelming amount of colors, but it's not like so limited that you maybe have a hard time choosing. As far as cons, honestly, I haven't found a whole lot. I mean, I really think it has a lot to do with your preferences. I suppose maybe a con would be you can't buy them in individual stock. Like you can't buy just single pencils. Like for instance, I've probably backed off on using my white a little bit just because, yank, it's getting so small. Because at this one, I was using the wrong sharpener and the lead was breaking a lot. So I would say that's a con. As far as the Staedtler Ergosofts go, again, it's going to be preference. Because if you like a set that has loads of selections, then maybe you won't like the Ergosoft as much because there's only 36 of them. I personally sometimes like having a smaller set, but I don't know, I have a hard time finding cons with Ergosofts either. These are like all my favorite pencils. So honestly, I say get both. I'm just saying. I will enable you. I will give you your validation to purchase both. But if you're super curious about the Artezas, I did do a review on the Arteza color pencils as well as the watercolor pencils, and you can find that in my videos. Apparently it's scented. Yes, so she likes to spray. I actually ended up getting the perfume because I loved it so much. But it's this perfume here, which is Erin's Sense of Scotland. This is what I wear now, but it's Erin's Sense of, or not Sense of Scotland, Erin, oh no, it is, yeah, it is Sense of Scotland. Anyway, this one's called After the Rain. It's like lime, rose, and sandalwood. Anyway, it smells, I am an enabler. I am an enabler. Yes, Kelly, most definitely, I will. But anyway, she spritzes the little perfume. So like last year's box, she put these little bars of soap in there. This is by Erin, and this is the same scent. That being said, I just like to keep the box. But yeah, so she has this perfume that she spritzes in there, and it smells so good. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm gonna read off the color choices here. All right, so let's see. We have, and like I said, we may add a few colors in between here, so just we'll just write them down as we go along. Okay, so first we have Amethyst, which is right here, and the Prismacolor equivalent is 932. Let's get this nice and in focus. Oh, well, welcome, Gabriella. And then Lavender is number 109. Prismacolor equivalent is 956. Then we have Ube, which is number 020. Prismacolor equivalent is 1026. And then we have Crimson, which is number 78. Prismacolor equivalent is 930. Then we have Peony, which is number 26, down here. Boop. There it is, number 26. Prismacolor equivalent is 929. Okay. Then we have Fern, which is number 92. Prismacolor equivalent is 120. And I know they're not exact. I just chose the ones that were the best matches that I could find to go with it. Okay, and then number 41, Forest Green. Prismacolor equivalent is number 908. Then we have Espresso, number 71. Prismacolor equivalent is, whoop, there you go. So 71, Prismacolor equivalent is 1099. That one is actually work in progress, Samantha. We have another chat member here who is working on that right now. She's coloring it in. I do have the numbers put in, so as soon as that one is all finished, we're going to post that one. Because I don't actually own polychromos myself, and so I was relying on another member here she offered, and so she's helping me create the chart for that one. Okay, so then we have Camel, which is number 110. Prismacolor equivalent is number 1034. And then we have Turmeric, number 77. Prismacolor equivalent is 1012. And lastly, we have Yellow Sapphire, which is number 28, and the Prismacolor equivalent is 915. Okay? And like I said, we may end up adding another color here or there. But for now, these are our chosen colors. Drink of the coffee here. Okay, so we are gonna start with Amethyst. Okay, and like I said, purple's gonna be our main color, which is why we're starting with it. No problem, Kelly. Okay, now we are also gonna be kind of coloring over these circles, so don't worry about it, because we're gonna go back over with some gel pen and we'll make those pop out a little bit, all right? All right, let's see, 924, we're getting started. That's not too bad, we're doing good. All right, so because purple's gonna be the main color, I wanna start with this kind of in the more shadowy areas. Pressed a little bit harder in the beginning, but then I kind of, I colored pretty lightly on the way out because you wanna create this kind of soft, almost feathering so that you can add your next layer, and that helps give you a more seamless blend. Let's see, can we go in a little bit more? There we go. Ignore my messy thing here, but that's what these mats are for, right? You get stuff all over these mats so that it doesn't get all over your desk. Which, by the way, if you are looking for a cutting mat, you can do ! cutting mat. Oh, if I could spell, ! cutting mat. There you go. And that will give you the link to the particular cutting mat that I use as well. Okay, so let's get a little bit here. And when you're really coloring with anything, it's always a good rule of thumb to use light layers so that you can build them up over time. Gives you more flexibility with what you're coloring, and because if you're pressing too hard, it's really hard to go back on that. songs are so catchy, especially after I've heard them for a while. So, how was everybody's weekend? I know we're into Monday here, but I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a good week. My sleep schedule was all over the place, and I'm finally starting to fix it, so I'm getting a decent amount of sleep here. So I gotta say, I was feeling pretty perky this morning. Well, them having 2 streams in one day, that'd be crazy. Hi, Green Blazer, welcome. I know I've seen you in other chats, but Green, is this your first time in this chat? Sounds good, Kimmy. And for those coming in, okay-ish, car shopping tomorrow as our car is ruined. Oh no, Lucy. Oh, that's rough. But on the plus side, new car, right? That's always fun. That happened with a friend of mine recently. Their car finally bit the dust, and they were at the car dealership when it did. It's like, well, guess we're getting a new car. I look forward to the day that when we get a new car. We just got a bunch of ours fixed on it, though. I have a hard time planning to... I found your channel Saturday in Sammy's stream. Well, awesome, Green. I'm so glad you're here. Our car is paid off, so I have a hard time justifying the idea of a new car when we don't have any car payments right now. When our car was getting fixed, though, we had to get a rental car. Super nice, a little Volkswagen Jetta. You know, it had the fancy backup camera, and you know, it had the ceiling, you know, the, oh my gosh, I know there's a word for it, but I am blanking on it. You know, there's the window on the ceiling, or any of the roof of the car. What is a sunroof? Sunroof? Oh my goodness. Anyway, anyway, it was super, super nice. Pretty blue color. Oh, so fancy. I had a hard time going back to my car after it. Anyway, I went to pick up my kid at school, and she was like, we got a new car! And I was just like, no. We're just borrowing it. And she's like, oh, okay. Jonas says, I just heard on our local news that pink eye is going rampant right now. Be sure to wash hands and make sure to stock up on antibiotics. Oh, most definitely. Yeah, we live, my kids each have hand sanitizer attached to their bag. Moonroof, okay. Must sell Purell. Yeah. Blech. Lucy says, spend enough money on it, time for it to go. We're getting a golf? What's a golf? Like, when you say golf, like, I'm sure that was probably a typo, but I automatically just imagine you know, just driving around a little golf cart. You know, just rocking the golf cart down the highway. Like a souped up golf cart with a massive engine. You know, you can go like 80 miles per hour in the golf cart. All right, let's get a little bit on his head here. Oh, goodness, Tamara. That's rough. Now he's got a little line here, but I'm not entirely sure I want to give him like a specifically different colored beard. So we're going to keep going with the purple on this. And we'll color his beard just the way we would the rest of his body here. Or her body. His or her body. Although just because the dragon is purple doesn't mean that it's a girl. This is 2019. Boy dragons can be purple too. Ours is paid off too. Nice to not have payments. Oh, so very true, Kelly. So very, very true. Got a little bit of purple here. we go. All right, so that was our Amethyst. Okay, and then we're gonna use Lavender. Hello, Jo Beth. Oh, didn't get notification? Oh, so exactly, real men wear pink. You know, Jo Beth, it's always funny with the way that you say hello, Emily. You know, I've always read it a different way, but when I went to your stream the other day, now I heard you say, you know, hello, Emily, and now that's all I can think of now, which is good because I'm hearing it in your voice. It's so different when you read it if you never heard the person say it, but now I can hear your voice in my head, and it's absolutely awesome. I love it. All right, Lavender, which is number 109. Thanks for the lurk, Tyler. That's why I said it so you would know. Glad you liked it. Yeah. No, that was awesome. That was perfect. And your instructions about 1 and 2 point perspective, those were so great. Like, I wasn't kidding. It really did take me back to my 2D design class. You know, it's just like a lot of little things you forget, but I remember making all of those drawings for that class. So in case anybody's wondering what I'm talking about, Jo Beth also has a channel. And yesterday, she did an entire lesson on 1 and 2 point perspective and kind of how you can use it in your coloring books. So if drawing is something that you're interested in, it kind of goes hand in hand with Johanna's new book coming out. Go ahead and give her a little follow. Check out her video. Check out her channel. Very, very talented. Like I said, it was all those things I kind of filed away, and you know, when you don't use it as much, you can forget about it easy enough. Hi, Kenny. Welcome. McKenna says, I'm back. I had to leave in a hurry. Our dog decided to be an escape artist. Oh, goodness. Aw, thanks, Sue. What kind of dog do you have, Michaela? So I'm just kind of continuing our purple color here by coloring lightly and kind of blending that in. We're going to be adding more and more colors as we layer up here. But we wanted purple to be our main color. And then we're going to be adding red and green and gold. A Shih Tzu. Oh, so cute. Missed the notification for Jo Beth's stream. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes YouTube doesn't do that. I have the settings on my phone where apparently I got to figure out how to fix it. I'll only get notifications if I'm on the Wi-Fi. So if I'm on, you know, data, then I won't get the notification. It's the same thing with like emails and stuff, but I think I got to fix that. No problem, Jo Beth. It was awesome. Okay, so that's Lavender. Just coloring nice and lightly. My cat is an escape artist. Oh, I'll tell you what my cat did yesterday. So my husband made baked ziti for dinner. And in case anybody doesn't know, basically it's a pasta, and you cook it up with meat and cheese and everything. Anyway, it goes in a pan. Anyway, we had it for dinner last night, and my youngest didn't finish his second helping of dinner, so we put it in the sink and everything. We're gonna do dishes later. Well, I come back to the kitchen, and our cat Shirley, he's got the most satisfied look on his face, that little turkey. So he ate all of his first serving, and his second serving was about this much, and he just, he's young, so he didn't finish it. No joke. I came back to look at the sink with the cat sitting there licking his hands in his face. He had eaten half of this. The cat had eaten the pasta. I fully expect him to throw it up at some point, but I'm telling you, he was the most satisfied looking cat on the planet. He wasn't pestering me for dinner. He's all happy because he ate the pasta. I'm just like, Kitty, it's not cat food. Most of the time we're pretty good at putting food away because he's a bit of a scavenger, but I was just like, really? Really? This is people food. Let's see. I think I hit the bell. I'll go check. Sounds good, Green. Let's see. I've completely stopped getting any of my YouTube notifications, so Kimmy always sends me reminders. Oh, that's so nice. Let's see. Ziti. Yeah, it's super good. It's super good. We use fresh Parmesan, fresh mozzarella. I don't get reminders. I have it on my phone as an alarm. Oh, there you go, Lucy. I know, right, Jo Beth? Such a bad kitty. Such a bad kitty. Let's see, I did too, but my Emily alarm didn't work today. Oh, an Emily alarm. Cats love pasta. My cats steal yogurt pots out of the bin. It's just ridiculous. I mean, we have another cat who dripping water or something on here. Who's never really done that. Happy fat tummy for kitty. I know, right? It seriously was. I mean, he looked so satisfied. And in fact, come on, focus camera. Dinner was a little bit late for the other cat because honestly I forgot, because usually the cats are pestering, you know, but he wasn't pestering because he had a belly full of pasta. I felt bad for the other cat though, because she was the one who wasn't misbehaving, and then I was late on her dinner. You have an Italian kitty? There's a good chance. There's a real good chance. All right, so now we have ube. We're going to use a little bit of that. Not much, because I feel like we're getting a little heavy on the purple, and I want to make sure that we have room for the others. I'm going to bring a little bit of that along the ridges here. But I mean, he'll go after anything. Like if you get up from the table while you're eating dinner and you leave your food unguarded and your chair pushed out, he's like a dog. He really is. My cat is named Houdini for that reason. Exactly. There you go. But he's literally, oh, thanks, Kimmy. That's funny. Cat's eating pasta. He was so happy. But he will literally, I have caught him getting, you know, scavenging food. I've caught him drinking out of the toilet. I mean, just, he's got so many dog characteristics. I'm pretty sure that he is in fact part dog. Speaking of which, he's right over here. His name's Paul McCartney, like Paul McCartney. Come here, kitty. You want to say hi? You want to say hi and tell him how you ate the pasta? This is our pasta eating kitty here. Let's turn up the camera. Why are you wet? Huh? Why are you wet? Are you our little pasta kitty? Hmm? Are you eating the pasta? What do you think? Here, let's turn it so you can see him. There we go. Collar's all wet. I think it was in his water bowl. There we go. There we go. Happy kitty. He's our little pasta cat. Oh, are you gonna lay down here? Are you just settling in now? Is that what's happening? Here, I can move that out so you can see him. He's like, this is mine now. Where are you going? Are you just gonna sit on everything now? Oh, you found the camera. Look at this cat. It's just chilling on the, and he's laying down. I invited you up here, and now this is you are covering the entire paper. You're covering the entire paper. This was not an invitation for you to sit on this. You gotta get down. You're gonna have to get down. He's looking at me like, no, I'm not gonna have to get down. This is mine now. Okay, I'm putting the camera back, and you are gonna get down off. Okay, here you go. Oh, kitty. Oh, kitty. Oh, kitty. He's like, no, no. All right, you can sit in my lap, okay? You can sit in the lap, but not up on the desk. And now there's cat hair everywhere. You got cat hair everywhere. Ube in Prismacolor. Let's see, the ube in Prismacolor is, let's see, this is number 020. The best I could find for Prismacolor was 1026, and I think that was grade lavender. But that is the best that I could find. Ube was one of the ones I had a real hard time matching with the Prismacolor. There we go. But truthfully, lavender in Prismacolor wouldn't look bad in that, because it's kind of a pinker one. Come on, Paul. I know, right, Kelly? There you go. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Just check it. Yeah. So it's not exact, to be sure. It's a little bit off. Hey, what are you doing now? Okay. All right. Back to work here. No more kitty interruptions. There we go. I'm new to the channel. Can someone tell me when Emily normally streams? I'm not on Facebook, just YouTube. If you type !schedule, there you go. That'll go ahead and pop up. Normally it's Mondays and Wednesdays in the morning, and then Fridays in the evening. But today we may end up having that bonus stream if my package ends up arriving. Okay, we're gonna turn down the brightness on this just a bit because we're about to use some pink and I don't want it overexposed. I would like you to be able to see, there you go, see the pink. All right, so that's a little bit darker there. Watching you from the gym. Sounds good, Michelle. Ride that bike, exercise those legs, lift those weights. We'll be your cheerleader. And if you want to check any of the other commands, you can do !! commands, and we've got loads up there for things you can purchase, tools that we're using, all that kind of stuff. Ma'am, yes ma'am, there you go. We'll be your cheer squad, okay? There you go. All right, so now we're gonna use Peony, which is 026. Okay, kind of going over that purple just a little bit. Not much, we're only adding a little bit of this pink. Kind of along the edge of that purple. It's like, for instance, if you type !book, it'll tell you what book we're using today. !tools will tell you what pencils we're using. !illustrator will tell you the illustrator of the book. There's loads of them. Do you have the gambling command? I don't, Green Blazer, and only because I think that that's Twitch specific. Because !book with no S at the end, Michelle. Because it's just, with YouTube, I couldn't quite get it to work. I know that Twitch does, but I have a points thing where you can earn points by viewing and, you know, whenever somebody donates or whatever, but I haven't been able to get the gambling thing set up. I think it just doesn't work with YouTube. But if you know more about it, Green Blazer, and you know how to get the gambling set up, let me know. I'm pretty familiar with, because I'm using Streamlabs OBS, but I just can't seem to get it to work. So cool, thank you. I didn't know about the bot commands. Feel like I've learned so much already. Well, awesome, Danny, and welcome. I don't think I saw your name up there, but yeah, you link a program called Nightbot with it, and you can enter in all your specific commands. She has a zoo, 2 dogs, 3-legged tuxedo cat, 3 cockatiel birds, 2 sugar gliders, and now a hedgehog. Oh my goodness. Smash that like button. Thanks, Tamara. I need a bot to clean my house and deal with a teenage daughter. Is there a command for that? Maybe !help? No, I'm kidding. I could use a bot to clean the house. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? !coffee? You could do that. !coffee? Let's see, I'm doing on my channel all of October Johanna Basford Coloring Fest. Oh, awesome, Michelle. So are you going to do her Halloween coloring download that she put out, what was it, last year or 2 years ago? Anyway, she's got that coloring download for it. Speaking of coloring for Halloween, don't forget at the end of the month, I've got to look up the exact dates, but we are going to have that Spooktober colorathon, so that'll be fun. Take the phone, there you go. All right, so now we're going to do number 78, Crimson. Okay, now because Crimson is such a bold color, we're also going to kind of ease into this red lightly because we don't want to overwhelm it too much, okay? So what we're going to start with is right here. We're going real light, okay? Real light. Too much of this red is going to blow it completely out of proportion. It's okay if you go over the pink a little bit. The pink was kind of meant to be a transition color between the purple and the red. Okay, so color real lightly. Just let your pencil glide across the page. If you do it too hard, you're just going to end up with a dragon that just looks all striped. Now I have my iPhone. Oh, you stream from your phone. Okay, perfect. Okay, so just real lightly. Very lightly. Okay. Like I said, you're literally just letting it glide across your paper. I don't know how to set it up, but I've been in streams where they have it. It's fun, but kind of useless and clutter up chat a lot, but good for streams where the streamer focuses more on what. Yes, definitely. That is also the risk, is that you can fill it. I've known streamers where they turned it off just because it got so hard to keep up with chat and read it, which I kind of get, because I also like to interact and you know, read everybody's comments. So it's probably a good thing that it's not in there. Because I mean, like I said, I have the points, but it's just kind of for fun. I think maybe if I was like gaming or something and I was focusing on the game, then, you know, that might be something else. Hi, Angela. Welcome. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of our peony again. Okay. And we're going to do it just on the edge of that red, because we're going to transition back into purple for just a little bit, and then we're going to add our green. Okay. Actually, I don't think it needs it much on the face. We went pretty light on there. So the body is mostly where we did that kind of harder red. Sounds good, Tamara. I can't wait to see it. Okay, now we're not gonna use ube, but we're gonna move on to lavender here. Okay, we're gonna kind of connect this purple. We can go over the red just a little bit, kind of where we put that connecting pink. Okay. We're using lavender. There we go. Just a little bit. Gaming streams where I've seen it. Yeah, exactly. Did you see it on Twitch, Green, or on YouTube? Because I've seen it plenty on Twitch. Because I actually moderate for a couple channels on Twitch, and they use it there. But I think it just gets infinitely more complicated when you try and do it. Okay, last question. By the way, Danny, don't ever feel like you had too many questions. I love questions, and I love answering them. So don't ever feel like you're pestering me with questions. Questions help the conversation going. I love it. I'm trying to make Ivy as a keepsake for my younger daughter. Realistically, am I ever going to get it all finished? Probably not. Do you know if unknown or non-light fast... Oh, do you know of unknown or non-light fast pencil supplies like my Arteza pencils versus polys will be protected if I spray a sealant on the page? Are you using the same pencils throughout? Okay, so finishing the book, I think that if you are determined, you could do anything. I did it on YouTube. Okay, I'll have to check that then. But yes, I think that if you're determined, you could finish it. However, I get the struggle. I could not finish a book from beginning to end. I need to feel inspired by a page. I need to feel excited about the page. And I think I would have a really hard time if I was forcing myself to finish it. That being said, I've seen it finished, so I know it can be done. It's just a matter of sticking with it. Non-light fast pencils will be protected by spray of sealant on the page. I don't see why not. And especially if it's going to be in the book, I think it should be just fine. And am I using the same pencils throughout? Yeah, for the most part. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of mixed media. By the way, I'm seeing that this is really dark. I want to take some lavender to that, so I'm going to do that. I don't see why not. I mean, you're always going to have a little bit of fading, but the idea is the sealant helps to protect it from UV. So, like, I use different sealants on my paintings and such. But I've heard of people like using hairsprays if they're using pastels. But I have not put it to the test. Theoretically, losing connection, gotta go, sorry. Sounds good, Michelle. Do I have a video on shading and blending? Oh, wait, let me go back. So theoretically, yes, I think that a sealant could work on it. I just have not put it to the test. From everything that I've read, it should work just fine. And a video on shading and blending. So actually, Samantha, yesterday for our color theory class, we covered using different contrasting colors for shading. And then at the end of it, I had a page where I blended a bunch of petals to show you, like I did, I put out a color palette and I said, these are the colors I'm going to use. And then I used them on stream. So if you go to my videos, check out the video that's titled the color theory class, or it's just color theory class. Check that out. The color blending and shading with the different colors happens within the last hour of the stream. At the beginning, we talk a little bit about history, and then we talk about different things. But it's about 2 hours long, so, you know, you can poke around to where you want to see. Like I said, that is a great stream to watch for the color blending and shading and all of that. So I have other ones where I've shown, you know, blending stuff, but yesterday's is the most recent, and I think it's kind of covers everything. Yeah, no problem. Hopefully by the first of the year, I'll be in a new house and want to start a YouTube channel of my own. Oh, that'll be so awesome, Michaela. Well, if you need any help, feel free to message me. It's a great community, and honestly, I have so much fun. And I just realized I didn't even touch this ear. This poor little guy has an ear that is not colored. All right, we're gonna grab, that's Ube, that's not what I want. We're gonna grab Amethyst real quick. We're gonna fix this ear. So that's Amethyst. There you go. See, and it's nice too, because a lot of times I find that I'm apologizing for talking so much, because I do. But the nice thing is when I'm the streamer, that's kind of my job. I mean, to, you know, color and everything, but also to talk. So I find like, all right, this is cool. I can do this. Definitely lots of help. Well, there you go. There you go. Yeah, just send me a message whenever you get it set up. Okay, and now doing this, I think I want to grab a lighter colored pencil. We're going to grab number 93, Basil. And we're going to grab number 30, Mint. So we may not use those other darker greens. For now, we're going to use these two. Okay, so we're going to use Mint, number 30. Prismacolor equivalent for Mint, which number 30 is going to be Prismacolor number 910. Okay, and then we're going to use Basil, number 93. Prismacolor equivalent for that is number 909. Okay, now some of the Prismacolor equivalents are repeated, but that's because honestly it was the best match for it. I mean, when you're dealing with different brands, you kind of have to make allowances for colors that are maybe similar or, you know, not really in the other ones. So sharpen this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Basil. Okay. And that is number 93. Okay, I'm gonna drag that up into the purple just a bit. Okay, kind of down to here in the middle. And again, just a really light hand. We're just sort of gliding across the page. Too heavy, and you're gonna end up with a stripy looking dragon. The idea is we're making him look almost iridescent. I learned so much yesterday. I picked colors for a page last night. It was so much easier. Oh, I'm so glad, Charlotte. I'm so glad. Okay, dragging this down on into the pink. Dragon on down. Get it? Dragon. As in a dragon. Hashtag mom joke, right? Got dad jokes? Well, we've got mom jokes. Okay, now we're gonna use Mint. A little bit lighter color. We're just gonna kind of fill in this last little space here, okay? And we're gonna come down here. We're gonna fill in his hand. My corny jokes. Come for the coloring, stay for the bad jokes. All right, then we're gonna use Mint up here. Almost like a little glow of green. The Arteza, they are not nearly as soft as the Prismacolors. They are definitely a harder, let's see, silly joke. Why did the elephant sit on the marshmallow? I don't know why. The Prismacolors are much softer than the Artezas, but the Artezas still blend. So there's a definite difference for sure. Here's a joke. Why do gorillas have no? Let's see. Why do gorillas have big nostrils? They have big fingers. Ew. So why did the elephant sit on the marshmallow? Because I'm gonna guess you stopped mid-sentence there on accident. All right, we're gonna use some of this mint. I know you used a darker one, but for these other areas, I want to use a lighter green. Because he didn't want to fall in the cocoa. Oh, that's hilarious. There we go. Nice kind of light color. All right, so now we're gonna grab ube here, okay? And right along this area with the green, I'm gonna add a little bit more here. Now I make adjustments as I go along and I see how my picture's kind of developing. If you don't feel like yours needs this extra, extra purple or whatever, don't feel like you're obligated to copy me exactly, you know. Gauge how your picture is doing for you. There you go. How do you make friends with a squirrel? Comment, train, act like a nut. Oh, we should just like add all of these and like there should be a way that you could cycle through them and just like exclamation point joke, and these will be like all the jokes of chat. That's amazing. And I'm using Peony. Sorry, sometimes I think and I don't really think and I just sort of jump into my next color. So I'm going over that purple one more time because I want to try and make the transition with the green and the purple, you know, kind of, you know, harmonious. Make it make sense, you know? What you could do if you really wanted to blend it more is you could get like your white Prismacolor, just because it's creamier and it's going to blend over it. And you can kind of go over the top of all of it, and that'll kind of smooth it out a little bit too. I am never opposed to using a white Prismacolor to kind of help with the blending, or even if things end up too dark, you can use the white Prismacolor to kind of lighten it and almost give it a pastel feel, which we kind of have going on anyway, just because we've been coloring so lightly. Let's see, I heard that one, Michaela. Have you used the Arteza watercolor pencils? I think they're so nice, but I'm a bit wary of using an Ivy. I usually use them / Inktense in single-sided pages only. So I actually have the Arteza regular pencils and watercolor, and in fact, the video in which I reviewed the Arteza pencils, I reviewed the watercolor ones as well. In fact, I did a half and half page to show them. As far as using them in these books, I've used watercolors in here before. It all has to do with how much water you use, because honestly you're going to get a little bit of buckling, but if you go light on your water, then you may be able to make it work. So it has a lot to do with the amount of water that you put on it. Our little pink and green and purple dragons come along. Here, let's zoom on out so you can see. Nice little colors here. Wish I had big nostrils. My fingers don't fill. Gross. Gross. All right, we're going to go back to Amethyst now. We're going to add a bit of a, not full second layer, but there are areas that I want to touch up and kind of darken. Thanks, Charlotte. It's kind of fun to go out of the box sometimes. Like I have that Dino Buddy color from Kirby Roseanne's that I've been working on. Honestly, I think I'm losing steam on it. But I wanted to color the T-Rex a little bit different color than your standard, you know, green or brown. So I colored him red. The intention was kind of a pinkish one, but Inktense is definitely scarier. So permanent ones once activated. Yes. Yeah, so I have Inktense and they are Inktense. Like they are bold to be sure. But yeah, the watercolor pencils tend to be a little bit softer. Not quite as, you know, bam, color. Adding a bit more of this purple here. Oh, hi, Patty. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. We gotta go and take the kiddos to school. Sounds good, Michaela. Can you still access your newsletter for color palettes? So the color palettes that I had in the newsletter, Samantha, are going to be in the Facebook group now. They are these color palettes here. I used them in the class yesterday, and so they are in the files of the Facebook group now. So you should be able to find those ones there, plus the extra chart that we created yesterday for the Arteza color palettes. So you should have everything you need in the Facebook group. No problem. I only did the newsletter for about a year. I just didn't see a lot of growth with the newsletters. Like, I think everybody read them and appreciated them, but there just wasn't a whole lot that came out from them. So I did them for a full year, but it ended up being a lot more work than it was worth. Let's see. Okay, now we're going to use lavender a little bit. We're just kind of adding a bit more color to this so it's not super pastel. Okay. Let's see. Let's add a little bit more here. And can everybody hear the music okay? Granted, we're in between songs right now, so that's a silly thing to ask. There we go. There's a new song. Hi, Rose. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, Peony. We're working on our little dragon here. Our pink and purple and eventually gold and our green dragon. There we go. A bit more of that peony here. There we go. Oh, I'm glad, Charlotte. All right, so now we're gonna add mint again. Let's kind of go back with that green, make it pop just a little bit. Okay, up there. Put there. Okay, now we've got this little beardy part that we forgot. Here, we can zoom out now. See a little bit. What do we think? Dragon translating well? Okay, because we have this area here on the wings to do. We've got this little beardy thing. I think what we're gonna do is, this is where we're gonna grab, let's grab our forest green. Okay, this was number 41 and the Prismacolor equivalent was number 908. Okay, so we're gonna start with green here. Okay. Go a little bit darker at the base, and then as always you're going to kind of feather it out, go nice and light so that you can blend in the new colors. Okay, so now we're going to grab Basil, which is number 93. Okay, we're just going to do a little bit of Basil, just a bit. You nice and light. All right, now we're going to go ahead and grab Mint, which was number 30. Okay, kind of a nice little cool color green that's kind of nice and bright. Okay. Then we're going to grab our crimson. Well, I feel like the music kind of helps, you know, if there's any quiet or lulls in the conversation, or, you know, kind of helps to fill that space. All right, so there's crimson. Okay, then we're going to grab peony. Got like a watermelon beard going on here. All right, there's peony. We're going to go up into that green just a little bit. Okay. And then what we can do is we can grab our purple. I'm using a BT speaker, and if there is a break in the audio, when the sound happens, the beginning is cut off for some reason, so music helps keep that from happening. Exactly, exactly. Okay, so we're going to grab Amethyst here, and right along this edge, we're just going to add a little bit of that purple. And just right up there. And we're just using that for our extra shadow there. Okay? All right. So there's that. I think what I want to do too, we're going to grab a little bit of espresso here. Okay? Which is number 71. Okay? And we're just going to add a little bit in these kind of shadowy corners. Okay? So just a tad there. Okay? Just a little bit there. Where the arm is, the base of the wing. Okay. I'm going to turn this because it'll be a little bit more comfortable to use. Okay. This part of the wing here. kind of helping to emphasize that shadow just a bit. Okay. Then we're going to use a little bit of this beard here. Okay, and then a little bit with this ear. Then I'm going to get a drink of water here. Hi, Tweedly! Welcome! There we go. And you know where else? I think that we should add a little bit of brown right here. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now we've got these little eye parts here. So I think we're gonna do our green thing that we did before again. So what we're gonna do, actually we'll do a mix, I think. So we're gonna grab forest green first. Okay, right at the beginning of that eyebrow. Okay, actually no, we'll go ahead and do that whole thing. All right, so forest green here. Okay, then we're gonna use Basil. Okay, and then we're gonna use mint. All right, we're gonna jump right into using Peony, just because it's such a small space. We can always touch up with a little bit of that crimson. Okay, there we go. Use just a tad bit of that crimson right here, just on the edge, very tip of those. Okay, there we go. And we're gonna do the same here. We're gonna reinforce this crimson just a bit in the tips of his little neck beard there. All right, let's zoom on out so we can see. There we go, our happy little dragon. Hi everyone at work, just gonna lurk and color after stream. It's over, love this group. Oh, sounds good, Dory. Thanks so much. Thanks for the lurk. All right, before we do these wings, I wanna go ahead and do the chest and see how the gold is gonna end up looking, because we may end up using gold here. So like maybe putting green here, but on this part of the wings, using gold. So we're gonna go ahead and, because I know I wanted to do the chest in gold, so that is what we're gonna do now. Now we are trying to decide. I don't think I want to color the scales individually because it's so small. I think that would be a bit of a struggle to get the gold across without it making it look muddy. We're going to add a little bit of shadow on each individual scale, but I don't think we're going to use all of the colors, all 4 colors individually in the on the chest area here. Okay, so we are going to start with Espresso, which is number 71. Okay, let's see, how are we doing for time here? What time is it? 10:08. Oh, we're good. We still got little under an hour, so we are good. Okay, so we're gonna use Espresso. You know what, I want to sharpen this just a bit. I want a nice super sharp point, so let's do this real quick. And you know what might be fun, since we're doing his chest gold, is using the Wink of Stella sparkle so that it's got a little bit of glitter to it. I know it's kind of hard to see in the videos sometimes, but when you see it in real life, like I don't have any real harsh lights here. Oh, there you go, there you go. You can see the sparkle on the wings, right? Here, let's get this part in focus here. There we go. Okay, can you see the sparkle on the wings? So look at these wings here. See how it sparkles just a bit? Good morning, Rita. Good morning, Coloring with Cats. Welcome, welcome. Now, Coloring with Cats, do you have, do you go by your in real life name, or do you go by like Cats, or what can I call you? I'm trying to remember everybody's. All right, so let's brighten this up just a little bit here. Okay, there we go, tad brighter there. Okay, so we're gonna start with Espresso here. It's gonna be our darkest color. Nice sharp point. Rye, okay. Or cats is fine. Perfect. Okay, that sounds good. All right, so there's a little bit of espresso. Okay, I'm gonna turn this, and I know it's upside down, but it's more comfortable for my hand if I'm coloring this way to have it to the left rather than going up. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit of this espresso here, darkness kind of coming from the shadow of his arm. I'm also gonna add some of this along his chest line too, where they meet. Okay, and we can always darken it up a little bit. Gotta go. All right, sounds good, Kenny. Thanks for stopping by. And thanks, Rye. Yeah, we were trying to vote on the color we wanted to do for our dragon, and we decided we'll do all of the colors. So we're making a gold chest right now. Donna says, I'm so glad I came across your page this morning. Unfortunately, I do have to sign off. How do I find you on Facebook again? Just type !Facebook, and that will take you right to our Facebook group. And then I also, if you do exclamation point Instagram, these are the two places that I keep up with all of the news about the channel, whether or not we need to reschedule or something exciting is happening. And also keep in mind, as long as that package arrives today, we may be having an extra bonus stream this afternoon. So keep an eye out for that. I cannot wait for DHL to get here. I always like so much anticipation the day one of those packages is gonna arrive. I should double check the tracking to make sure it's still on track. There we go. Okay, all right, so there's our espresso. Oh, Rita. So I'm sure you've seen it on Instagram. A few of the girls have been getting packages from Johanna. I am getting mine today, or at least I'm supposed to. And it's going to have a copy of the entire book of How to Draw Inky Wonderlands. Plus, I think she's thrown in a few extra little drawing goodies. But yes, it is a package from Johanna today. So I want to do a stream, like an unboxing stream. So thank you very much for all that information. I'll definitely be following you, and you're awesome. Oh, thanks so much, Donna. Well, thank you for stopping by. How do you get your dragon like that? You mean with the purple and the green and such? Oh, thank you for subscribing, Kirsten. Welcome to our little coloring family. And hello, Delphine. We are working on our dragon. Well, coloring, or Rye, we went ahead and, or Rye, not Rye, Rye. We went ahead and we've got a selection of different pencils here. And just the short version is, we started with our purple, and we added a little bit of pink, and then we added in our green. But the key thing is lots of, oh, thought I said bye. Oh, okay, sorry. Is lots of light layers. Build up with lots of light layers. Don't do it too strongly, or you're gonna end up with a stripy dragon. But yes, so we just added lots of layers for it. Thanks, Kimmy. Okay, so we're gonna use Camel now, which is number 110. If I remember correctly, DHL usually gets here at like 4-ish. But even if it's in late afternoon, my issue is the kiddos are home from school then, so I can't always do a stream while the kiddos are here. So we may just wait till tonight so that I can do an uninterrupted stream. So we shall see. Either way, I am super excited, and I think it's going to be fun to open that. Maybe we can do some drawing a little bit, so it'll be good. Oh gosh. Well, see, I don't know the joke, so now I'm behind. I'm gonna guess it happened on another stream. Hey, kitty. Hi. You coming to hang out? Wanna see what I'm doing? Just laying down? Okay. Just don't chew on my headphones, okay? That's the other thing he has a tendency to do. He chews through headphones. But now, let's see here. In my lap now. Never mind that there's a cat bed, like, right over there. But nope, Lap is where he wants to be. There we go. I'm so happy. It's going to be hard to wait for us. I know, right? But, you know, Johanna's got her coloring school started, and we're going to, you know, we're definitely going to be doing some coloring here. And in fact, we did another draw along stream where we colored the spherical motif because I was lucky enough to get an excerpt, I can't ever say it, from her book. So I was able to get like a little preview booklet of it. And so it's got a few pages in it here. So a little bit of a sneak preview. Oh, are you done now? Okay. Did you see how many books I got? I don't think I did, right? Did you post it somewhere? Yeah, he's cute. We were talking about earlier how he ate basically half a plate of pasta yesterday. Tell you, he had a happy cat look on his face. All right, so now we're going to use turmeric, which is number 77. Let's get that in focus here. There we go. Oh, on the Facebook page. Oh, that's right. Yes, you had all of those books. I did see that. What a great find. All right, there's turmeric. Okay, kind of darkening that up a little bit. Get a nice kind of gold color to this by the time we're done. There we go. Okay, and we're gonna do another layer too, but we'll zoom out after I add this yellow so you can kind of see how it looks. All right, now we're gonna do yellow sapphire. Okay. All right, now you can kind of zoom out and we'll kind of see kind of the gold and how it's going to work. Now we're going to add another layer too. We're going to make the darker colors a bit more prominent to give it a little bit more of a sheen, okay? And I think we're going to add some shadow under some of the scales also. Okay, and then it's okay that we colored over these dots because like I said, we're going to be coming back in with gel pen. I'm thinking we might even use a gold metallic gel pen to kind of make it pop from that a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to grab Espresso again, and we're going to go a little bit darker. Not really dark, but we're going to press just a tiny bit harder. I wish there was a way I could express to you like a pressure test, you know, like if we had like a pressure pad underneath the page, and then like everybody could translate like, oh, she's putting, you know, X amount of pressure on it. Like, oh, this is pressure number 39, or, you know, something like that. It'd be so much easier to express to you like different pressures to put on it, you know? There we go. All right, that's that espresso there. And then we're gonna add a little bit more here. Welcome to all of you coming in. I can see when the viewer count's going up and down. So welcome, welcome. If you are new to the channel, we are coloring Ivy in the Inky Butterfly today. We are working on a section with a dragon, our little purple and pink and green dragon. It's a little bit bright here, but this is what we're working on, and yeah, I am glad that you're here. Okay, so now we're going to use Camel. So welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. If you haven't joined our Facebook page yet, you can. You just have to type !Facebook. That'll bring up the link. We've got loads of different things that you can download and print off. Coloring charts, tutorials, coloring pages. So lots and lots in there for you to take advantage of. I wish you did a stream every morning. Aw, thanks, Samantha. No, not every morning, but it works out well with my kiddos' school schedule. I've got Monday and Wednesday and Friday mornings free, but we have a evening audience also. So that's why I say Fridays for evening streams, so that we can give everybody a chance to view it. I love the idea of a pressure meter. Yes, pressure meter. That was the word I was thinking. I always thought that brake lights should work the same way. Flash or get brighter, brake harder. Oh, that would be cool. Every morning of the week. Yeah. Perry Walker, welcome to our coloring family. So glad you're here. And if anybody's curious, if you type !schedule, this is our regular schedule as well, barring any complications. Jordan Sparks, hello! She says, question, Emily, will you add more layers of purple to the dragon? Do you plan to burnish at the end? Still trying to figure that out. I don't think I am going to burnish. Now, if you wanted to, you could add a little bit of white, and burnishing will get it, like you can see there's a lot of tooth to the paper right now. In fact, we're gonna lower this a little bit more because I could actually get about 6 inches from the page. We're gonna focus this here. So you can see on here, there's a lot of tooth to this paper. So you could theoretically burnish the dragon just a little bit more, but we didn't really burnish the bees or anything, but I don't usually use blender pencils all that often, just because I don't know that there are some instances in which they're necessary, but I don't think that they're exactly necessary in these ones. If I were to use anything, I'd use just a white Prismacolor to smooth this out. But, you know, dragons are supposed to be a little bit scaly, so I feel like it works. And as far as the purple is concerned, I may darken it up just a little bit. But when you zoom out, you kind of get a better picture of what he is. So he could use a little bit more shading to be sure, but I don't know how much more we're going to add to him. I kind of want to get the gold here and get the rest of his color down, and then we will add as needed. But looking at him now, considering the dramatic shading that we have for the gold, I think that we will add a little bit more. I think that he could definitely use some more down on these corners. So do you like to keep the tooth of the paper showing? I think it just depends. It depends on what I'm coloring. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. For him, I think it could work. But also you have to think a lot of the times, unless somebody is, well, as close as this, most of the time, they're not actually gonna see it. Because when you look far away, you kind of see it as a big picture, especially when you take a picture of it. But like you can see with the bees that we did enough layers that the bees it kind of burnished itself, but you can see there's still a little bit of tooth around the head. Obviously you can still see it on the background of it. And if anybody's curious, just in case you don't know, what we're referencing, the tooth of the picture is the texture of the paper. Because paper, I mean, unless you get something that's smooth, really smooth, like a Daler and Rowney paper, most of the time there is a minimal texture on the paper, and that's what you're seeing. That's why this is white here. Because imagine ridges. We're essentially coloring on the top of the ridges, and all of this white part, this is like the depression within the paper. So if we were to burnish it, it would smooth this out so that we don't see it. So that's what we mean by the tooth. So you could burnish it if you want. You can use, they have things like colorless blender pencil from Prismacolor. I prefer the Caran d'Ache pencil just because it actually lays down a little bit of pigment. I feel like the Prismacolor one just kind of moves the pigment around and kind of scratches the paper a little bit. I am not a huge fan, but if I am to use one, I tend to use the Caran d'Ache blender pencil. Yeah, no problem, Jordan. Are you kidding me? I love questions. This is fantastic. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take espresso. Let's see, gotcha. Sometimes I see pictures and the color grading is so smooth, so I was wondering how people like to do things. Yeah, so I definitely can, and it would smooth this out more, especially if I used a white one. But I think that we used a subtle enough gradient that it works. It's an option though. We definitely could. In fact, it's not something I'm totally opposed to. Would you as chat, as those viewing this, would you like to see me use a white Prismacolor on this so you can see the difference and how it works? Because I'm not opposed to that. What I would do is I would use the white Prismacolor and then I would add more color on top of that to kind of give it a bit more of a dramatic look. So let me know in chat if you want to, if you would like me to use the white Prismacolor to kind of smooth it out just a little bit. We're using Espresso right now, by the way, just to add a little bit of shadow under these scales. Yes? Okay, we're getting some yeses in here because we could totally do that. All right, let me finish up his belly and then we'll add a little bit of that to it. Because like I said, I don't use the blender pencils too often, but I will use a white Prismacolor. Yes? Okay, lots of yeses. All right, let's see. Let's grab... Let's see, is this going to be a good one? Some of the Prismacolors I've been getting lately have been a little funky. So let's take a look here. Let's see about this white one. Hi, Tyler. Welcome back. All right, so I'll color this part here, and then you'll be able to see kind of how it takes out the tooth. Oh, what was the question? Whether or not you wanted me to use a white pencil to kind of smooth out the texture a little bit, which is what we're going to go ahead and do. All right, so what we're doing now is I'm pressing harder, and I am using a white Prismacolor, okay? And you can see now that it's starting to smooth out a little bit. And what it's also going to do is it's also going to kind of help blend these colors in together. Okay. Then we're going to go back over with another layer of the purple. You see how that's kind of smoothing out that a little bit? I'm definitely pressing harder. Not super hard because the black on these pages tends to smear, especially if you press pretty hard with the white pencil. Okay. I love the fact that you mentioned how much you apply. Oh, and pressure has so much to do with it. So much to do with it. Okay, so this is essentially kind of like burnishing the paper, and burnishing means you're pressing out that texture. So with all these circles, since we're going over it, you may get a little bit of like gray in the picture a little bit, just because you're dragging some of that ink from the top of the page into your white. But that just happens when you, it's just the ink that's printed. I actually was talking to Johanna about it before, and it just has a lot to do with the printers. If they wanted Emily to use a blender pencil, oh yeah. This is incredibly helpful. Oh, I'm so glad. So that's what the white for? It can be Rye or Ree. We'll call you cats. It can be cats. When I am using white, I will use white as like a highlight with my Prismacolors, but most of the time, this is why I keep a lot of these whites on hand. Most of the time, this is what I use my white pencil for. And like I said, you have to take into account that you're going to be getting a lighter pastel color when you do this, but then that's why you go over with another layer. Does the blender pencil ever get color on it that you don't want? Yes, most definitely. So a lot of times if you're coloring multiple colors, this is all kind of, we're putting it all together so it doesn't matter. But what you want to do is, let's see if this will focus on it. We might be a little bit too close. Is it going to focus? We might be too close. Let's zoom out a tad here. Okay, so what you want to do is when you're blending a lot, take a look at your white. And if you have a lot of pigment on here, before you move on to the next thing, just wipe it off. Grab paper towel. A lot of times I'll wipe it off on my pant leg. I end up walking around the table with a bunch of white marks on it. But keep an eye on how much pigment is on the end of your pencil, because you could potentially contaminate your next color. If, say, like I'm blending with a bunch of purple and then I bring it into the yellow, that purple pigment that is going to be, that's on the pencil, will contaminate the gold that we were coloring. So just something to keep in mind when you're blending with the white. Just printed charts and you're drawing pictures. Thanks so much for providing these. Yeah, no problem, Charlotte. Okay. There we go. All right. Now, because Prismacolor is softer and we're getting into this smaller area, I'm going to go ahead and sharpen my pencil real quick, so that we can get in between those little areas. And then we'll add more purple, and you'll see how it kind of all comes together. And I'm shaking the camera a little bit. I apologize. One of our viewers, Donna, gifted me with this awesome pencil sharpener. It's the Doll 133, and it's so handy. It's like a little, you can see in this camera here, it's a little hand crank sharpener. It's got a little reservoir to hold all your stuff here, but it's super handy. I should put a link for it in the chat. There you go. See, and this just goes like that. It has the ability to clamp on the table, but you don't really need to. All right, so now we've sharpened our white. I also recommend keeping a brush on hand to kind of brush away the stuff, because if you move your hand, you can smear it across. Okay. So now with our nicely sharpened point that I just broke, we're gonna go ahead and blend this together. And especially when you do multiple colors like this, this does help to kind of smooth it out a little bit. Give you a bit more of a seamless look between your colors. I mean, it'd be different if we were doing like all blues or all purples or something, but when you throw in something like green next to all of this, there's always the risk of whatever you're coloring looking stripey, which is why light layers are so important. All right, we're gonna do this wing here. That sharpener has a dial on the crank that's a handle to adjust your point. Like, yes, it does. So this little thing right here. I like mine super sharp though. I love my white Prism pencil. I have 3. Oh yeah, that's what I keep on hand all the time. Especially when you use it and you press hard like this, it's so easy for the Prismacolor lead to get worn down. But it seems to universally blend colors too, because I'll use this over the top of my Ergosofts sometimes as well. Okay. And if you find that you're dulling your black lines a little bit and you want them to pop out, you can just go over with a nice sharp little black pen, or not pen. You could use a pen, but the ink tends to clog up the pencil tends to clog up the tip. Anyway, I'll just use a really sharp point black pencil. Okay, so now we've smoothed out all of this. You can see these are much more gray. What are your favorite brands of color pencil? I've got more than I can ever use, but I keep finding some brands have unique colors. My top brands of pencils are Caran d'Ache Luminance. I don't generally recommend those just because they are a pretty expensive pencil brand, so they're not necessarily in everybody's budget. But if it is in your budget, Caran d'Ache Luminance are fantastic. I only use them for select pictures because I don't want to blow through them. Prismacolor Premiers, the Arteza color pencils, and the Staedtler Ergosoft. Not necessarily all in that order, but those are my top four brands. Sometimes the newer mid-price sets seem nicer than some of the classics. Sorry, Prisma. No, it's true. The quality of Prismas have gone down. They outsourced them at some point and quality control went way down. Sometimes the barrels are off-center. The lead breaks a lot more often. It cracks, so the wood shreds. So yeah, there's definitely... I finally made it. I had a rough morning. Oh, sorry, Chai, but I'm glad you're here. So yeah, those are my top 4 favorites. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and sharpen this Amethyst real quick. All right, and we are going to go ahead and go back over with some of our other colors to kind of darken this up, all right? So we're going to start with Amethyst. Okay. And now on this second layer, now that we've laid down this Prismacolor, we should have a bit more smooth look to it. Okay. What do you think about polychromos? I have mild opinions about polychromos only because I haven't used them much. I have the 24 set that was gifted to me last year, and it's okay. But, and I have plans to eventually get the larger set. I just, not blown away by them, to be honest. I may feel differently about them if I were to use them more, but they're not necessarily on my top recommended list. I kind of want to try them just for the principle of trying them, but I'm supposed to hear Faber-Cast. Yeah, so green. Yeah, they're just, I haven't used them much, but I hear that a lot of artists swear by them, and I'd probably enjoy them if I got used to them. But here's the thing, is I'm also very used to wax-based pencils, not necessarily oil-based pencils. So it's almost like an entire new skill that you have to learn how to work with. But I do know that it's recommended a lot. So I'm sure it's definitely got its good points. I just haven't explored them enough to put them on my recommended list, you know? All right. So we're using that Amethyst now. Okay, darkening that up a little bit. I'm going to turn this so it'll be a little bit easier on my hand here. Once we get those other colors, you'll kind of see it all come together. It's like one thing that you have to get over when you stream, you know, especially even as a kid. You're like, no, I don't want you to see it, you know, until it's done. And that's kind of like the same, you know, thought process even as an adult. But when you stream your process, there's none of that, you know. But it's also kind of cool because it's, I think of it as like, you know, the ugly duckling turning into a swan, you know, mid coloring, your drawing kind of looks like an ugly duckling. But when you finally get all the layers and, you know, all the shading and done, then, you know, it turns into a beautiful swan. Gel pen person? I also use gel pens. I use a lot of them for embellishment and stuff, but I like the Slicci metallic gel pens, and I like the Arteza glitter gel pens. And alright, my 20-year-old prisms work so much better, although their QC seems to be getting better. It does a little bit. It is a little bit, but I don't know if you've noticed, but the prices have dropped on Prismacolor too, so I think they realize that not as many people are buying them, especially not at the price that they have them marked at. They take a while to get used to them, and then they layer rather than blend, so you have to be softer with them. I love them now, but took me months to get used to them. But I also use Ergo Softs. Yeah, Ergo Softs are my favorite go-to pencil. But yeah, so I think that's all it is I just need to spend more time with them. So I've got the 24 set and then like a few stragglers. Like I feel like there wasn't enough purple choices with the 24 set. But yeah, I think that if I took some time to get used to them, my attitude would probably change about them, which is why eventually I'd like to, you know, the plan is to get the larger set so that I can go ahead and, you know, try them out to their full extent. All right, so we're still using this Amethyst to kind of fill in the darker areas here. Then we're going to move on to Lavender. So whenever I kind of blend with that white, I always tend to do another layer so that I don't lose a lot of that brightness. Do you have a link for the Ergo Softs? I do! Exclamation point Ergo Soft. And then we're going to do Lavender now, which is number 109. Oh, thank you for that, Kimmy. Okay, I'm going to turn this a little bit. Plus, the white is really handy if you ever feel like your colors are a little bit too dark or too vibrant, because the white can tone it down significantly. Aw, thanks, Kimmy. Says, wow, you love your color choice, so pretty. Thank you, Tweetly. Aw, thanks, Sheila. I'm so glad everybody likes it. It's always kind of fun to do something off the wall, you know? Maybe not necessarily the traditional colors. I think Faber-Castell makes some great products. Love polychromos, but I'm left-handed, and if there are too many layers, I make a mess. Oh, I get that. So you watch Coloring Bliss? I have watched her. When she's live, if she happens to be live, I'll glance over to her. But yeah, I mean, I haven't watched her a ton, but I have watched her. I know she does a lot of different kind of like review sort of things on different things, or she'll spend a stream, you know, talking about different pencils. I think she did some Copic ones before. I think if I'm thinking the right channel, she has a pretty big following, doesn't she? Coloring Bliss. Okay. All right, so that's Lavender. I'm a fan of the Faber-Castell. I have them, really like them. See, that's the thing, is I hear so many good things. I feel like I need to give them a legitimate try before I make any kind of opinion about them, you know? All right, so now we're going to use Ube a little bit. Just a tad, not much. Because we're going to be going in with that pink soon. Bit of Ube here. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab Peony. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Kimmy. All right, so Peony. Okay, blend that on in. See, and like I feel like I didn't smooth this out, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take the white and I'm just gonna do that right here. Kind of help soften the line between the purple and the pink. Okay. Add that pink here. Add this pink here. Pink there, a little bit there. All right, I'm gonna go over with this white just a little bit here. Okay, now we're gonna go in with mint. I keep picking up handfuls of them, which is probably more pricey in the long run, but it's easy for me. That works. Now I want a purple dragon. I like the polychromos, but I'm having a hard time getting used to them. I'm so accustomed to Prismacolors. They're my go-to pencils. Yeah, I think going from Prismacolors to polychromos is so different. I can totally see how there would be a difficulty in getting adjusted to them. Definitely. All right. Nice bright green going on here for our little dragon friend. And I think, oh, you know what? We need to finish this green over here too. There we go. And if you feel like it's still not blended well enough, you can, now that we've used the white, you can take that white and you can kind of go along where that pink and green meet. Just blend it in a little bit. There we go. We did this. All right, let's go ahead and grab our forest green. Do you have Patreon? I have thought about Patreon, Cassandra. I don't, but only because, like, I have it partially set up, honestly, like I started to. But here's my reason why I decided not to. Only because anything that I create or I make, I get so excited about, you know, presenting to you as a community or sharing it with you, that the idea with Patreon, you know, you've got the different tiers, and, you know, if you buy a certain thing, then you'll have access to this certain stuff. But I mean, I guess as nice as it would be to have the extra income for that, I get too excited and I want to share it with everybody, not just people on you know, a certain tier. And, you know, so there's like the whole reward system. I don't know. I feel like I kind of want it to be available for everyone. And so, you know, and I have different ways for, you know, income. You know, I've got my affiliate links and, you know, super chats and donations, that kind of thing. You know, advertising and stuff. So I think maybe down the road, but I just need to have the right incentives for it. And I just couldn't. That's the part, that's why it's unfinished, because I just haven't finished the incentives. I did have a thing where I drew a bunch of, like I illustrated a bunch of letters, so that one of the incentives would be that you get your own personalized, I actually have them gold foiled. I've got a stack of them somewhere. But you have your own personalized letters that I would send you, kind of thing. But the incentives were the most difficult part of me, because like I said, I get so excited. I just want to share stuff with everyone. Let's see. Prismacolor and polychromos are like apples and oranges. Exactly. I just fell in love with Emily. Aw, thanks, Green. Thank you for that, Emily. You don't have to have tears. We can just keep. Aw, thanks, Cassandra. Question. I'm sorry if you answered this before, but how do you pick the colors you're going to use in a picture? I don't always plan it out ahead of time. Aw, thanks, Charlotte. I don't always plan it out ahead of time. I kind of just go with the flow. Like when we started this, I was just like, what colors should we do it? You know, I'd like to do off the wall colors, you know, rather than just a green dragon. We're like, look, what colors? So, you know, and I get a lot of feedback from all of you too about, you know, like what colors. Like I probably wouldn't have done this combination if I was just by myself. But like for the bees, you know, I asked last time, like, what are we going to do? Traditional. If I'm by myself, sometimes I'll set challenges for myself. You know, I did an entire page with just Tuscan Red and a blender pencil once, because that's all I was going to use. And it actually came out pretty cool. But I don't know, I just sort of wing it. I don't always think about it beforehand. Maybe I should, but oh, you all are so nice. Okay, well, we've got about 15 minutes left. So let's see. Let's add a little bit more of these tidbits. Let's try and get this dragon done before we go. What do you think? 15 minutes. Can we do it? All right, so we're gonna add our forest green here, forest green here, and then basil. It's one of the reasons too why like all of those charts and stuff that I make, I mean the only requirement is just join the Facebook group, and that's only because it's the most efficient way to upload all of those files rather than just like emailing everyone specifically. Have you tried adding just glitter? Yes, so I have like not like physical glitter, but I do have the Wink of Stella brush pen, which adds a lot of glitter. So we added some, I don't know if you can see it a little bit. We added some to the wings last time. So I'm thinking we'll add some of the Wink of Stella to the tummy also. Aw, thanks, Kimmy. All right, so let's use a little bit of mint here. And then just a tad bit of peony. There we go. Charlotte, years ago, Emily did videos and she started talking about new stuff she was planning. I was so excited. Oh, thanks, Kimmy. The Wink of Stella, I just got this on Amazon. Let's see, do I have a Wink of Stella? Let's see, let's do exclamation point Wink of Stella. I might have a command for that. I made so many links with a lot of the stuff that I use. I can never remember if I did it. If that doesn't pop up, maybe I did exclamation point Wink of Stella, exclamation point was, maybe. I never remember all the commands that I do. Maybe. Anyway, it's on Amazon. Here, let me see if I did it. Let's go to our last page of commands here. No, doesn't look like I did it. Okay, well anyway, it's on Amazon. I can add the link in the description below later. But yeah, it's just a Wink of Stella page. Thanks, Kimmy. It's a Wink of Stella page or pen, and it's just like, it's clear and it's got glitter that you can put on it. I think a lot of people use it in card making. Okay, let's quickly get some of this gold added to the wing, shall we? All right, so we're gonna use espresso. And I have to be particular about the time that I leave on morning. It's just because I've got to go get my kiddo from school. So I have to make sure I leave on time. Okay, so we're gonna use espresso. Here we go. And remember, as long as that package shows up, there's a good chance we're gonna have a second bonus stream today. It's just for whenever that package shows up. So I'm super excited for that. Most likely it'll be an evening stream tonight, but we gotta see. What time is over where you live? It is 10:48 a.m. So I am on Central Time in the US. I'm based in Texas. Okay, now we're gonna use Camel 110. Cat is over there snoring on the bed. Okay, then we're gonna use turmeric. Almost noon here. Yeah. 2 a.m. Australia. Oh my. You guys are kind of in your, kind of, what is it, spring? I know you, like, just had your winter. It was, yeah, it was summer. So you got to be, like, going into your springtime, I think, now? I only know that because there's a guy I follow on Instagram. It's How to Dad, because he does a lot of hilarious stuff. Same, it's 11:50. Oh, there you go. Okay, now we're going to use yellow sapphire. Anyway, he lives in New Zealand, which is in the same time zone as Australia, or, you know, same... Not time zone, but same temperature zone, I suppose. Thanks, Chai. Yeah, I suppose I could center that a little bit more. All right, it's fall here. Okay, there you go. All right, so we're going to use, yeah, fall here too. All right, we're going to use espresso. We're going to add another layer of this. We're going to add a little bit of that espresso on the left side here. Darken that up just a bit. Okay. There we go. And then a little bit here. All right, now we're gonna grab that camel again. Let's see, it's starting to finally cool down just a tad here. I mean, it's only been in the 90s. That's cooler, right? Cool-ish. I dream of the day I can wear sweaters again. now we're gonna grab turmeric. That was Camel we used just a second ago. And I'm gonna kind of go over this a little bit. Because I'm pressing harder with these to blend them together, it's kind of burnishing the paper itself. So I don't necessarily, I wouldn't necessarily need to use the white to blend this. Although I do need to start getting out my fall decorations. Oh, I'm sorry, cats. That's always hard. We had that happen with us about 6 months ago or so. And that was, we got Paul a little bit before that happened, so he ended up being kind of a good transition kitty for the kids, so it wasn't as difficult. But I have been there, and it is not easy, so I am sorry you're having to go through that. Finally getting cool, I know, right? Jumper season, my favorite, right? Oh, poor guy. So he's about to break a record for hitting the 90s for the year. We've gone almost a whole month with no rain. Oh man, well hopefully it rains again soon. I dream of the day I don't have to wear sweaters again. That's hilarious. Okay, so this actually ended up being a little bit more yellow than I would have liked. So I am in fact going to tone it down a little bit with the white. Because I don't want it to be more yellow than the belly. So we're just adding a little bit of white here. Just to tone down the brightness of some of that yellow. Let's see, what time is it? 10:51, okay. Sounds good, Kimmy. Okay, going to start at the beginning. Sounds good, Dory. Yeah, ours was feeling pretty cranky by the end of it. But yeah, I get that. It's hard. Losing pets is always hard. All right, so now we're going to grab forest green. Okay. And we are going to do these little designs here, okay? I always think I'm going to get like one full section done in one of these, but then I forget about how many layers I want to put on these suckers. Okay, that's forest green. Okay, now we're going to use basil. Thanks, cats. Hope you have a great day too. Okay, now mint. Okay, almost there. I guess we didn't end up so much of a strong red, but it just worked out better to use a pink rather than a red. Alright, and then I'm going to use a little bit of white just to kind of help blend that pink and green together. Then when we get all this filled in, we'll zoom out a bit so you can kind of see what he looks like here. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of gold inside now. Okay, so let's add our espresso. Okay, then we're going to add our camel. Okay. The trick is like, I want to hurry, but I don't want to hurry because I know I'm going to mess it up. Okay, so turmeric. Okay. And then we're going to grab our yellow sapphire. We'll see if this yellow needs to be toned down at all, which I think maybe just a tad. Keep it all consistent, you know. All right, so we're using that white Prismacolor here. All right. Now let's bring this on over here. We're gonna grab our espresso again because we didn't add our shadow under these ones like we did the top ones, and we want to be consistent, you know. All right, there we go. Okay, his eyes. We need to do his eyes. So we're gonna add a little bit of the espresso under his lid. We're actually gonna drag that out just a tad to the white part of his eye as well. Okay. Here, let's see if we can get in a little bit closer. Okay. Then we're gonna grab Camel. Okay. Then Turmeric. And then the yellow Sapphire. We're gonna kind of go over that. And I don't mind this part being super bright because, you know, it's his eye. It's meant to be pretty bright. We're gonna grab Peony. Next to this Espresso, we're gonna add just a little bit of pink in the white of his eye there. Okay. And then, let's see. I think I'm gonna leave his teeth alone, but now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our gold metallic gel pen, okay? And this is the Pentel Slicci metallic gel pen. It is gold. I love using these ones. I think it's fantastic. And you know what? We're also gonna grab our purple one. So let's actually do our purple one first. The same brand, the Pentel Slicci, okay? And we're gonna use that on his nose there. And then we can actually just take a little bit of this Espresso and fill that in. Now, I generally try to save the gel pen to the end just because I have a tendency to smear. Yes, cats, you can get these at Hobby Lobby, but use their 40% off coupon because it's going to be much more expensive. You can also use them on Amazon, and in fact, I think I added it here. If you go to Hobby Lobby and you use the coupon, I think you're going to end up paying about $14, I think. Sounds good, Jordan. Thanks for coming. All right, so we're going to use our gold one here. Okay. I think my gold is starting to run out a little bit. About time for me to get some more of these. Let's see, it's got ink in it, so. Here we go. Now it's going. Like I said, I have a tendency to smear these before they dry, so I try to save this until the very end. How are we doing on time? 10:57. We're good. We got this. We can finish him. Not quite done yet, not quite done yet. We're going to grab our pink of the same gel pen. If you have a Michaels, they have 50% off coupon. Not sure if they have these pens. I haven't seen if they had them at Michaels, but definitely if you can get them at Michaels and use the 50% off rather than Hobby Lobby's 40% off, I say go for it. Move these pencils out of the way here. I'm turning this around because if I go the other side, I'm inevitably going to smear that gold. So if you see, Johanna's got these little dots drawn along the edge of the dragon. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our pink gel pen here. And we're going to go over those dots. It just adds a little extra embellishment. It's kind of fun. And like I said, I saved the gel pen for the last step. Once we've done all of our layers, all of our burnishing, all of that. No Michael's here. I'm tilting my phone to get the metallic gold to reflect. Yeah, here you go. There you go. There's a little bit. I have soft lights right now, so I'm not getting too much reflection, which is good because, you know, I don't want to get a lot of glare while I'm trying to film. But okay, and then very last thing we're gonna do. All right, let's zoom out just a bit here. All right, make sure that's in focus. Very last thing we're gonna do. We're gonna grab our Wink of Stella. Oh God, I'm not the only one. There you go. All right, we'll tilt it a little bit when we're done. Okay, 10:59. We got this. We got this. Okay. We're gonna go over this little golden belly here, okay? Now it looks a little wet right now, and that's just because the ink has to dry, but when it dries, you'll be left with a kind of sparkly belly. Okay, so we're gonna turn this. Wait, let's get that there. All right, we're gonna turn this. Thanks, Kenny. Where is he? There he is. Okay, and we're gonna add a little bit of this Wink of Stella on the gold part of his wings also. Okay. A little bit there. Okay. So now here I'll zoom out a tad and then you can see, let's see if we can catch a glare here. There we go. All right. So it's metallic. All right. Can you see the glitter on the belly. Get a little bit of shine from the metallic a little bit. I think that my gold is running out of ink, so it's not quite as bright. But what I like about it is that it stands out from the rest of the skin. Okay, I left the teeth white. We may revisit the teeth when we do this more. Let's zoom out just a bit more so we can see the dragon with the bees here. Okay. Get that nice and in focus. There we go. Our little purple, green, and pink dragon here. Here, let's brighten that just a tad. There we go. All right, what does everybody think? Is he pretty happy looking? Is he happy to be purple? All right, well, I am going to have to make this a quick ending because I need to go. But thank you all for coming to hang out. Keep an eye out if you don't have the bell turned on, because I may announce it beforehand, I may not, but keep your bell turned on in case we end up being able to do that bonus stream. It's all going to depend on if that package shows up today or not. So if it does, bonus stream tonight or this afternoon sometime. So just keep an eye out. Listen for that notification. I know sometimes it doesn't go. Using water or alcohol? Neither. What do you mean? Water or alcohol for what, Green? But anyway, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, I will see you all bright and early Wednesday morning where we will continue our page. Maybe we can do the background for the dragon or we can color a different section, whatever you all want to do, okay? All right, so I'm going to head out. Let's see. I might wait a second for Green to answer that. Are you talking about markers? Water or alcohol markers? Well, I think the Wink of Stella is water-based. I don't think it's alcohol-based. The only alcohol-based markers I use are the Arteza art markers, but I don't generally use those unless I'm doing a page with all of those. All right, so keep an eye out for today, and I will see you all Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate. Oh, Green, it was Wink of Stella. Yeah, it was just a Wink of Stella pen. All right, thank you so much, everyone, and I will chat with you later. Bye.